Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to the BiffaCraft server. I just wanted to give you guys a little tour, bring you up to date. I know I haven't been releasing videos as regularly as I need to. I had done a couple building videos and I did release, I think, the nether tunnel build, and I will do the building of the speed run in the horse pasture. So I'll show you guys those. But I had done a couple other little base tours and, you know, just showing off things I was working on. But because I have not released things regularly enough, I'm afraid that they'll be so far out of date by the time I get back to recording. It's just easier to do a fresh tour and show you guys around, and, you know, so you can see the base, see what I've been doing, and that'll just make life so much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think we're going to start, I guess we'll go out the regular door. I did get a ghast last night, actually, and if you can't read the name tag, it says, "Who you gonna call Gasbuster?" So I named the ghast here just because I thought it was funny. Little storage room, nothing much fancy, you know, just enough to keep all my stuff organized. If I go up, you go up to the pasture, go down to the enchanting room. We'll see both of those in a moment. And the purpose of the glass is I have an automatic fishing machine, and it works better if there's available sunlight over the water. You get better rates, so that's why the glass is there, to allow sunlight for the fishing machine. But we'll go out back here. You know, we'll check out the garden first. I'm really proud of this garden, guys. This is the where I started with my garden. I just had a few pumpkins and melons and so on out here, and I had a cactus farm. There should be, there's supposed to be vines, but I have bunnies, and bunnies tend to wreck things, so I just left the pumpkins and melons there for decoration. But at any rate, yeah, I've gardened up the back here a little bit. There's my my nether portal, and I just kind of turned this into a little garden. That's just something I left there for another player that needs to come pick it up. So Shadow Lord, I think, yeah, if you're watching this, there's the name tag you requested. In the meantime, guys, I've got a little tree swing out here. Just, you know, nothing too fancy, just a little garden going on. You know, just kind of make it pretty. That's going to be the reason for the arm bars. Is Mumbo Jumbo just released a video in which he did a fountain that changes to lava at night with a daylight sensor. I haven't put in the redstone yet, so right now it's just got water in it, but that I'm going to build that, so that's why there's bars there over the water feature. And you see I have a few little benches and, you know, nonsense down here. Some back behind those fences, you probably see the fences, you can see one of the bunnies in there. I've got 2 pairs of bunnies that I'm keeping for breeding, because I keep releasing bunnies into the garden and I think they're hurting themselves. They're jumping off of things too high, things like that, or else they're despawning. And at any rate, I keep losing bunnies, so I keep a couple pairs in there for breeding purposes. It's quite a big space. I know it doesn't look, whoops, climbing the vines. It doesn't look very big from here, but it does open up quite a bit there in the back. I don't really want to open the gate because the bunnies will get out, but, you know, I made quite a good sized space in there for them. I know they're just pixels, but I have a thing about wanting my bunnies and my critters to be and be treated well. So let's see, this just goes outside. I had a pressure plate on it, but I had to replace it with buttons because of the rabbits. I got a little bit of sugarcane out here, but that was my first sugarcane farm. Now I have an auto farm. And then this allows me to go right back in again. I mean, I can go back in through the garden, but we'll just come in this way. And down here is one of my farms. You can see there's some maintenance access to the cow breeder, which is upstairs. I'll show you that in a moment. A little chicken breeder cooker thing down here. More maintenance access over there. Nothing too fancy. In here, I've got pumpkin and melon and sugarcane farms. And that you just heard it fire. These 2 are on a timer. This one's on a bud switch. So when this last sugarcane here grows up, you'll get the pistons will fire and shoot the sugarcane out. So, and then it just goes down a water stream, and there's a hopper and a chest on each end. So I can go down here and collect them. I just emptied them, so there's probably not much in here, if anything. Oh, there's quite a few pumpkins. And yeah, pumpkin and melon. So yeah, that's how that works. And then on this side there's sugarcane, and again there's quite a bit. So you know, it's more than enough for my needs, for what I need on here. So yeah. Oops. Coordination. I haven't had any coffee yet, guys, so I apologize if I'm a little bit derpy. Up here, we've got more wheat farms. We've got my guard pigs. You gotta beware of the guard pigs on premises. And there's Pork Chop the Conqueror and Pinky the Killer Attack Pig. So, you know, if anybody's thinking about messing around my base, they better look out. I've got some guard pigs out here. This is Tango Tech's design. Little cow farm. Took me quite a long time to build it. He has an excellent tutorial, which I will link in the description. Oh, and the chicken cooker was a tutorial too, and I'll link that as well. At any rate, the cows, you click the switch, the cows come bouncing up, you feed them the wheat, babies shoot out, go down the chute in the center. Yeah, they make things lag pretty bad, so we'll stop that. Then they go up an elevator, they drop down over here. When I have it set to auto and raw, you can see that it has that suffocation block out. Well, it was retracted because I had this going. And when the babies are falling down, obviously you want that block retracted, so it's on a timer to release it again. And when you have it set to cooked, you can see it puts lava in. So when the babies are standing down behind the slab, they only take up one block and they don't get into the lava. When they grow up, then they're in the lava or the suffocation block, depending on. Now, if I want to manually kill them, I just flip that other lever and it just leaves it open, so I can just manually, you know, go in there and take care of them. So that's how that works. And I've been leaving it to raw because I tend to lose the leather and stuff if I've got the lava in there for some reason. It's just, and it may be because we're on Spigot. It's, you know, heaven only knows. We're on a server, so I'm not too worried about it. I just, you know, up here, I'm still working on this area, trying to make this pretty. I've covered the redstone for the cow cooker, and I've tried to make it so that you can come around here, which just comes out by the pigs, and by this. Come on, get through there. Oh, maybe that's, well, at any rate, can't get through that way. It's supposed to allow you to come through here. I must have miscalculated something. Maybe I was supposed to put a gate there. At any rate, you should be able to come in through the pig pen and walk back here, or come through this gate. That's how it's, anyway. And then you can see the baby cows coming up this little water elevator. And this will be closed off. I have to finish up the wall right here. But I've got the bridge. I want to have this have stairway down and be able to walk under the bridge if I want to get over that way without going over the bridge. So that's where this is going to be going. And we'll just go back out by the chicken cooker for the moment. Let's see. Oops. Oh, come on. Just open. Crying out loud. A little water feature, little decorations out here. AFK Fishing Shack, that's another. I'll link another tutorial for that in the description. Again, that's not my design. That my turtle. If you guys have seen my videos before, you know my turtle. My tribute to Kome, my own turtle. He's been out wandering. He's out in the woods somewhere. He got out. My kids left the door open, and yeah, he's out wandering around. Yeah, that just goes back out to the gardens and the portal and so on. Charlie, go lay down, buddy. My dog's being... He's had a rough couple of weeks. The weather's changing and it upsets his arthritis, so he's been kind of stiff and having a hard time. To go back to the vet soon for more medication. It's my enchanting and brewing space. Not too terribly interesting. This just goes back down to the sugar and pumpkin farms that we've already seen. And I also have this, it's an odd little room, it's just a little wooden room. When I have, when I've silk touched ores, like coal or lapis or diamonds, whatever. I bring them in here, lay them all out, and I don't know if I've shown, I have a similar room on Craft Theory, and then I can go at them with my looting pick or fortune pick and get the ores that way. And because it's in a wooden room, I don't have to worry about breaking stone. You know, almost most of my base is made of stone, so. And this other ladder just goes right back up to my storage room. It's just, you know, it's just convenient to get around. And then that goes up to, actually we'll go up this way to the pasture. Go up here, and there's my pasture. And this is actually where I started when I started this base. My chests were right here where these hay bales are, and my bed was right here, and this is where I was. And now it's my horse pen. You can see I've got a couple of horses that are, these are my breeding stock, and also a couple of foals. Like that one, I tested him, but I haven't moved him down to the other area yet. And these guys are just my, go up into the upstairs. You can see I've got some storage up here, a couple of hay bales, that sort of thing. I keep my records up here. I keep a record of all the horses, my breeding, and the ones I have for sale. Excuse me, and their ratings. So you'll notice that, let's see if I got one up here with a name tag on. I might not. I might have to show you when I go downstairs. Okay, there's one. That tells me he's got 10 health, he'll jump 3 blocks, and he's a 1 speed, which is my my speed reading system is out here. And you see a little barn built. I'm going to build, I made last night, that's what I spent most of yesterday doing, was building this wall out here. And when the horses are ready, I'm going to be selling the better horses, the faster, and the ones that jump higher. So they get moved down here to the sales pasture just to get them. It was getting so crowded up by the barn. It was ridiculous. So I moved some of my horses down here. I got to go get some more green clay. I don't like having this just dirt and stone wall, so I decided I'm going to cover that with green clay. And I have to go get more hardened clay to do that. But yeah, this is where my sales pasture is, where all my horses that'll be for sale are. And they all have those name tags that tell you how high they jump, how fast they are, and so on. So yeah, I have quite a few horses out here. Not, you know, I've been breeding them fairly steady. So yeah, I just finished that last night. That was a job, put this big wall in. But it's almost all the way around now. Let's see, go back up here. I put these stairs in just to bring the horses down from the upper pasture. I'm just going to sneak through this way, which is why that's open. And then let's see, there's a trapdoor that just goes back down to those farms. And you know, everything in here is designed for ease of access. And then, you know, you're back right out to this stuff again. And I'm going to go back up again. Just want to show you how that is, how that works. Remember how to get out of here. This is kind of new. After I put the bunnies in, this didn't have a trapdoor, and I could just walk up here. But after I added the bunnies, I had to make it a little bit more. Yeah, see, Mr. Bunny's already coming over here to see what kind of mischief he can get into. I just had to make it a little more bunny-proof. If you hear that noise, that's the cactus farm working. And that's Vintage Beef's design from BiffaCraft. Another one that I'll link in the description. And then these stairs go up to the barn where we've already been, seen the horses. And then I, oops, go out here. More little gardens and so on. Cross the bridge. And this is the horse jump area that this is where I test their speed and how high they jump. For this thing, and you'll see it in the demonstration. I actually did a build video that I'll release so you can actually see how this works. But you stand here with your horse, You run him forward, and it's however many of these doors he can get past before they pop open again. So basically he's racing the redstone signal. The redstone signal opens all the doors, and after you release the plate, it takes a couple seconds for them to open again. So whichever pressure plate he's on, the doors in front of him are open, so he can't get any further, and it stops him at whatever number. And the lower the number on my system, the faster the horse. And I wasn't concerned about... I'm concerned with accuracy. I want it to be consistent. But I'm not concerned about actually measuring, like, how fast is the horse in miles per hour. I was concerned with being able to measure which horse is faster than the other horse, kind of thing. Excuse me. And that does a pretty good job. I mean, if you got a 1, that's a pretty fast horse. If it goes faster than 1, that's like the fastest horse in the game. Oh, that was just the gates. I have pressure plates set for the gates. So that's how that works. I mean, the jump thing is, you know, it's pretty obvious. It just goes up by halves and, you know, measures the speed that they, or the height that they jump at. Good grief. This stairway will be taken out soon. I had a problem with my villagers when I first built this. Because they're in a farm, I ran out of green glass. I was trying to do the whole bottom in green glass and I ran out. At first I had half slabs under the dirt, and the golems were spawning on the half slabs in the dirt, which was really annoying. So I replaced it with glass, but at first, for some ungodly... Do I have a golem up there? I do! Gosh darn it, every so often they spawn right there, which they're not supposed to, but they're not supposed to be able to, but they do. We'll go down and push them off in just a minute. But yeah, the villagers were actually glitching through the corners and they were falling, and I had to chase around getting villagers back up so I had the dirt stairway for moving villagers around. But this is my golem farm that is obviously not working very well at the moment, which is really frustrating. I don't know how he spawned over here. You're not supposed to spawn there, dude. Push him off. Where did he even... He shouldn't be able to spawn... these lousy golems. They're driving me a little bit crazy. Every so often they do that and it ruins the farm. But I suspect what's happening is he's spawning either on top of the pumpkins or on top of this chest. But yeah, there's my villagers. There's about almost 20 of them in there. I think there's about 18 of them. And they go around and grow up the crops. And there should only be 14 because there's 40 doors on this. But when they were dropping down below, I got a few extras that spawned in. You know, they started breeding because they weren't quite up to code here in the village itself. So they started breeding all over the place. So I do trade with them. I have a couple of good trades in there. So that golem probably didn't die from fall damage. I don't see where he is. Oh, there. Oh, man, he's inside. And he's going to have to die, unfortunately. Sorry, dude. Because it ruins the farm. So normally they spawn up there in the water platforms and they fall down there and they, you know, hit the lava blade and then everything. So, you know, when it's producing, it produces pretty steadily. Because that's only from a couple hours AFK last night, so, you know, it does pretty good. Oh, you stupid chickens. This is supposed to be a producer of raw chicken, and it's not working terribly well. Apparently, I see I've got a chicken kind of sticking out there. It's supposed to be suffocating in the block. I'm gonna have to rethink that somehow. So anyway, and the reason I've got that is I do have a butcher chicken that, butcher villager, jeez, that will, uh-oh, I might be in trouble here. Oh no! Okay, and I'm in my village. Now I have to go all the way back over. That was probably less than brilliant. Yeah, this is my little village that I built. There's no... Huh, that was weird. I thought I heard something. There's no villagers in it right now because something got in here and got my villagers. I had a couple golems, but the golems didn't survive. I'm not sure what happened, but and yeah, I've got a little rail track for moving villagers back and forth. Oh, that was less than brilliant. Not one of my finer moments. Fortunately, most people are... Oh, I've got chat turned off, too. I was going to say, most people are AFK, so... I'm probably not... And there's only like 3 people on right now. Omega and Carlock and... I think Canadian Sam was on. One of our newer players. So, yeah. Hello, Mr. Golem. I'm just going to run around this way so I can hopefully get my stuff. Wow. That was bad news. He's not going to attack me again, yeah? Okay. Okay, might have to think up a new strategy here. Let me get my inventory a little bit back in order. I'm not even going to mess too much with it. Alright, good enough. I'll sort out my inventory later on. Okay. You, sir, are a jerk. Uh-oh. Run away. Run away. Hopefully I can get him to attack me near the fence so I can actually hit him from the fence. He packs quite a wallop. See, and that's why you use a lava blade to kill golems. And don't actually try to kill them yourself because they're pretty tough. Ah, finally. Goodness. Oh, so that was fun. Oh my, and I have a pretty powerful bow actually. It's you know, it's not a little toy bow I'm playing with here. I got a flame and what else is on it? Well, power 3, infinity unbreaking. Yeah, I could probably put punch or something on there. I'm just gonna throw that. Oh no, I guess I didn't have a ton of iron in my inventory, so I can afford to carry some around with me. So that is pretty much the base. My next projects are going to be finishing up that pasture area, putting the colored clay in just to make it pretty. I don't like having that big dirt wall. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it's just I like to make it just look a little bit nicer. That and the tree farm, and that's pretty much my big projects that I need to get done. I guess we'll go back there and have a look. Yeah, the reason I spawned out there, I haven't reset my spawn in the actual storage room where I have a bed yet, so just a minute, Jess, I'm recording. So there's the village, and there's going to be a tree farm over on this side. That's the plan. This is a mob farm out here, though. This is terrible. This back field is just usually it's overrun with creepers and so on. So I suspect some zombies and things got in here and wiped out my villagers. You can see I've got a little gazebo. That one map came out funny. If you put a item frame, and I lost an item frame, that's odd. If you put an item frame with a map in it, it makes the item frame get bigger, so it makes nice chair backs. But that one map, it's an empty map. You go into the nether, you open your map, but one of the maps, for some reason, actually started to make a map of the nether. I'm not sure how that happened. And then I've got just the little houses out here. The one I spawned into is over here. It's just kind of a little house. So that's about it, guys. I'm going to wrap that up, and hopefully I will be releasing more videos on BiffaCraft shortly. I just wanted to give you a look around and show you the base and what I've been up to. I hope to restock this village soon. I'll start converting zombies pretty soon again, and you know, get some more villagers. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Like I said, hopefully I'll have some new videos coming out soon. I'll be starting up the MHC and base race again probably in January, and so I'll be doing those, and So I should have some new stuff for you soon. Until then, guys, you know, it's a big bad world out there, so be kind to one another. And thanks for watching. Until next time, guys, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.